Hey, welcome to the Happy You're Here podcast. It's Ayana. I'm so happy you're here and I'm so excited to record. I feel like I'm always excited to record today, especially though, because I feel like I have a lot of fun topics. So let's start with People Magazine's Sexiest Man Alive. I actually don't know who it is, so I'm going to look it up right now and we're going to do a live reaction. Oh, wait, am I tripping? It says John, whatever the heck his last name is. No, that was for 2024. Oh, John from not okay. It's Jim from The Office. Is there one for 2025? Because he was for 2024. I thought there was one for 2025. Let me see. Stand by. Oh, wait, there is not yet. Where did I see that it was announced? Okay, that's crazy. I thought there was a Sexiest Man Alive for 2025. Where did I see that? I don't know. Moving on. So we saw, so there was Streamer University, right, with Kai Cenat, which was super fascinating. Now we have Streamer Prom. So stupid. Again with the prom stuff, just when we thought it couldn't get any worse, it did. Because we have grown adults pretty much in prom cosplay. And I think DDG, who is nasty, how dare he? We're gonna talk about him later. But yeah, apparently DDG put together streamer prom. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. So moving on the pod before, I talked about Phineas and Ferb coming back on. And so in honor of that, I have a short list of shows that I'm requesting. There's another season or it comes back on. I mean, if we can bring Phineas and Ferb back on, we can bring some other shows back, because why not? So Netflix's The Society, so good. I don't know if there's 2 seasons. No, I think there's only 1 season, but I just remember the last episode was a cliffhanger, and I was so invested in this show just for, I think COVID is what happened, something with the production and COVID, and they just didn't do another season. I was devastated. Although I heard there's a book series that's similar to the, I guess, plot of the show. Basically there's a book about that's similar to what the show's about, blah blah blah. Anyway, so the show, if you haven't seen it, it's so good. I might go rewatch it, because I low-key, some stuff is not clicking to me now that I'm thinking about the show, and maybe that's why because there's plot holes. But again, if we have another season, we can take care of all those plot holes. Anyways, so the show is basically there's these high schoolers. I think maybe it's a senior class trip, or is it everyone in the high school? No, it must have been a senior trip or a junior trip. And anyways, the high schoolers go on this trip, and they go by bus, and they leave their city or leave their town, I guess, and they go to for their field trip. But then on the way to the destination, I forgot where they're going. On the way to their destination for the field trip, there's this huge storm or something. And so they turn back around because it's not safe for them to drive, and they go back to their town. But when they get back to their town, all the adults are gone, and all the kids are gone too. The town is deserted, empty. And so basically it's the teenagers trying to figure out how to run their own society, their own civilization, their own community. And it's a lot of them trying to ration food, and kind of who's gonna be the leader, I guess. Actually, because I remember there's an older sister and a younger sister, so it was the whole high school went on a trip, and then it's adults had to drive the school bus. So weren't there adults? Something's not adding up. I'm definitely not remembering it. Maybe I should rewatch it. I probably won't though, because I'm not a big fan of rewatching shows. I have my comfort shows, which I love, but as far as rewatching a show, I'll get bored because I'm oh, I already know what's gonna happen, and then I just stop watching it. But yeah, and so there's people who, yeah, they're trying to ration the food. They're just like, who's going to be the mayor pretty much. And they like vote on like a mayor. And then there's, people who are like trying to figure out like where are the adults, like what happened. I'm like, why? Like, I feel like everyone should be like interested or like trying to figure out like what happened, where are the adults, like where are we, what's going on. So good. Super recommend. Scream Queens, another really good show that I think should come back on. I should look up why it was canceled, or maybe it wasn't canceled and just like they decided not to renew. It's so good though. Sometimes I'll rewatch it like in October, like spooky Halloween season, you know, because it's that good. Famous in Love, I'm pretty sure that was a show that came on Freeform. It was really corny and like, I don't know, like silly, but Keith Powers is in it and I absolutely love him and support any and everything, like any project that he's in. So of course I had to watch it. The Dolan twins were on it too, which was like so random. Was Bella Thorne on that? I don't know. It was just like, maybe I should rewatch that, but I feel like I'd watch it in like confusion because I'd be like, this is like not good. Don't Trust the Bee in Apartment 23. Oh, I should rewatch that, Loki. I don't even know how many seasons there are. I think it's on Hulu. What's the premise? Really, I don't even know. I don't even know the premise of Famous in Love. But all the shows are really good. Yeah, so that's that. Moving on to, I want to talk about the craze of like a basic brand. And by basic brand, I mean like White Fox, Dairy Boy, Park with an E. I don't get it. I really don't get it. It seems like every 6 to 12 months, maybe, like a random brand just pops up out of nowhere and goes viral. And all these brands, they're similar to me, and I mean they're definitely similar as far as like overpriced, right? You would never catch me buying anything. I don't have anything from White Fox or any of these brands, but I don't understand why they're being hyped, you know. Park with an E, I think their sweatshirts are like $150, and I'm seeing people online, it's pretty split. I'm seeing people saying the quality is terrible, trash, but I'm seeing people say like, oh, it's comfortable, like if you know, you know, something stupid like that. And then I'm seeing girls saying like, oh, I bought like this from Park with an E. But I don't really know if I like it, you know, like everyone just has it and so I just really wanted to get it. Okay, cool. So you don't have a brain and peer pressure works on you very successfully. Like, I mean, it's not my money, for sure, of course. I'm not buying it. I think it's just like fascinating to see people like do stuff, like buy this stuff, especially the Park brand with an E. Like that's her name, some influencer's name, like her middle name or something, just slapped on the front of a sweat or the back of a sweat. You know, I'm not understanding. Dairy Boy, on the other hand, low-key, it's super cute. Would never buy anything from it because it's just like, it's too expensive. But it's really cute. And then I'm also seeing that like the exchange and refund policies for these brands, or maybe one of the brands, I don't even know. It's just like really difficult to like refund or exchange the stuff that they're buying, you know? I don't know. I guess like good for the girls or whoever, you know, owns these brands. They're making a killing. So good for them. Moving on to, okay. I feel like the entire country is watching Love Island. Like it's getting on hand. I mean, I just think people yearn for community. And it's like everyone's talking about it. Everyone's watching it. I'm even seeing like you can go to bars and there's like watch parties. I think that's so fun. But no, I guess no, but I basically just have like another show recommendation for people who are like obsessed with Love Island, like something to watch like before Love Island or whatever. And so before I talked about Temptation Island, and today I'm talking about MTV's Are You the One? Prime time golden television. It's so good. Are You the One walked so Love Island could run. Like it's literally the blueprint. And it's like similar, like all of these shows, super similar concepts, like single people dating, and there's challenges, like pretty much that's it. So on Are You the One, there's like 20 singles, right? And they live in a house, like in some tropical destination. Like it's really cool. And basically, like the show has this dating algorithm that matches like a guy to a girl. So there's like 10 matches, right? And basically, they have to figure out who their match is. So they're just like spending 24 hours with each other, just like all these other shows in this house together. And they're like talking and they're flirting and whatever. And they're trying to like figure out who their perfect match is. And then, yeah, there's challenges and then you go on dates and stuff like that. And so with this show, it's like, so if you meet a guy, or I guess a guy and a girl, they're like, oh, I like you, da da da. And then you go into this thing called the truth booth. Well, you don't go. It's like the house like votes. So they like, the house like kind of, they get together and they're like, who do we think, like, who do we think looks good together? Who do we think like they really like each other? Like they're actually going to make it, or like stay together, like outside of the house kind of thing. And so the house votes like a guy and a girl to go into the truth booth together, and the truth booth basically like will light up green if they're a match, or it'll light up red if they're not a match, like when they go into the booth. And so where it gets really messy, other than the fact that like you can tell on MTV they're drinking, like they're wasted, they're black, like it's ridiculous how much they're drinking. It seemed like there was like no limit, which I think is maybe possibly like a huge reason. It's such a liability, I'm sure, as to why like Are You Alone was canceled. I know Bachelor in Paradise, there was a like a sexual assault incident with consent and alcohol, and on Bachelor in Paradise there's a drink limit, which why was there not one before? Like whatever. But yeah, Are You the One, they're drinking so much, so it's messy because they're drinking so much. Yeah, it's like they don't know what time it is, they don't know what day it is, they can't listen to music. I don't think they're allowed to like write stuff, like it's just crazy. They're constantly being filmed, you know. And there's like a boom boom room, I think is what it's called, and it's like basically you can just go into that room, and allegedly like there's no cameras or mics in there, and you can just do whatever. 9 times out of 10, obviously they're knocking boots in there. But so there's that too, which I think like all shows, yeah, I think it's called like The Hideaway maybe on Love Island. So like all these shows like have like their like secluded little, basically like room that they set up for them to do the dirty on the show. But anyway, so yeah, on Are You the One, the guy and the girl go into the truth booth, and where it gets messy is like the guy and the girl, they really like each other, right? And then they go into the booth and it lights up red, and they're not a match. But they're like devastated, like they're in disbelief. They're like, whatever, like I don't care. We still like each other. Like we're still gonna hang out, and we don't care about finding our perfect match. Blah blah blah. Which makes it harder for like everyone in the house to find their match, because like what if that's your match and they're like all up under someone who obviously isn't their match because they don't care. And there's just a lot of like selfish people in the house. Pretty much. But like the incentive, I guess, for like finding all 10 perfect matches is the cast, like everyone gets to split this cash prize pretty much. But yeah, it's on Hulu. I think it's on Hulu, and there's 9 seasons. Yeah, it's so good. I don't know. And then another show, MTV's X on the Beach was crazy. That was crazy. I especially like, I used to watch it back then and I'd be like, what the heck? But even like now, because now I actually have an ex, and I couldn't imagine, like I literally would not function on that show. Like it just wouldn't be pretty. Oh my god. But there's 6 seasons of that. It's not free though. I think you'd have to buy it for $2 or something on Apple TV. But I also would I have a request. I would love for Are You the One to come back on. It was too good. Maybe they need to just figure out some way to like limit or police like the alcohol that they're giving the people. But yeah, so good. So now I want to talk about this like epidemic of successful women becoming like becoming baby mamas, pretty much. Becoming single mothers, maybe. Yeah, successful women becoming single mothers. So Sky Jackson, Halle, Flo Milli, Naomi Osaka, Kiki Palmer, like these are beautiful women, right? But they've allowed crusty loser men to drag them down. Like they're doing charity work, and I'm not understanding. I guess like I don't need to understand, like whatever, but like okay, so Kiki Palmer, her career peaking. I think it's still peaking, but especially before the baby, peaking. Like, oh my gosh, and like everyone still loves her. You know, like nothing's changed, but it's just like there's a sour taste in your mouth, or like there's like a stain on her like reputation, because her baby daddy got on the internet, or the father of her child got on the internet and embarrassed her. Like, huh? Like it's just not a good look. You know, Sky Jackson, I just think she wants to be hood so bad. And maybe like was she hood before or something? Like was she like making it out the mud and then she became successful and now she misses like the struggle? Like is that what it is? I'm not really sure. Obviously I didn't do like research into that, and maybe I should have. But I was just thinking about that. Like is that what it is? Because some hood like he like knocked her up. I don't know. His name is Jerky or something. Like what's going on? Flo Milli, her pregnancy really threw me for a loop. I saw it on Twitter. I was so shocked. I thought it was a joke. I was like, no, who knocked up Flo Milli? Not Flo Milli. I love her. I was like devastated. It just seemed like so left field. I mean, if the women with being single, if they like it, I love it. You know, it just doesn't seem. It just, I don't know. You know, I don't know. Naomi Osaka, that one really like breaks my heart, especially like now I'm in my tennis era. I love tennis. That's my new like hobby, my new fixation. She just looks so sad every time I see her like in her press like releases or press conferences. She always looks really pretty, like her outfits and her hair, but she just looks so sad. I remember when her and Corday like were just together before they had the baby, and then seemingly it's like he just left her, and now she just has the baby. And I mean, again, like if they like it, I love it. It seems, I don't know. I don't know. I guess it seems not ideal. Question mark is like what you could say. But and it makes me think, right? So like why does this happen? Why are we seeing like successful, beautiful women with crusty like loser men? Halle, for example, so pretty, singing amazing, like, you know, DDG, a streamer on Twitch. Like when they were first together, it was like, okay, why him? You know, because wasn't he wearing shoes to make him taller? Their baby, and and then yeah, come to find out he's literally like an abuser or something. I think she there's domestic allegations with DDG. There's domestic allegations, I think with Sky Jackson's, like the father of her child. I think there's domestic allegations with Kiki Palmer, the father of her child. Like why is this happening? Maybe limited dating pool. So like as these women elevate, as they become more successful and more prominent in the public eye, maybe it's because their pool of successful, you know, emotionally available men gets smaller. Or maybe not smaller, it's just like it's more difficult for them to find someone to date who's not a loser. Maybe. I know a big thing now, or I guess like some discourse I've seen, is like the men on Love Island right now are exactly kind of representing, you know, dating right now, like outside of the villa. because like there are so many beautiful, funny, like well-off women, and there aren't a lot of, you know, men who are attractive, well-off, and successful. I guess there are, but they're not single, I guess, you know, or there are, but they're the devil, or they're not emotionally available, or they're not, you know, they have like, I just, men are, they're interesting creatures to me, because like a lot of them, some girl in middle school will like break their heart, and now they'll be like, oh my god, all girls are B words, da 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 da. I'm gonna treat every girl like trash because this girl did me bad back in the day. Like, are you hearing yourself correctly? Like, something up there is loose. Is loose. Like, I just, anyways, it just seems like with these successful women becoming single mothers, there's some kind of, they're forced to choose, right? They're choosing between love and standards. And I just like, it's just unfortunate, I guess. So, kind of moving on to a similar topic, DCC, Dallas Cowboy Cheerleaders, stunning women, so hardworking. They're under so much like scrutiny and criticism. And I remember I used to watch, there was a show on like the Country Music Network or some like random weird network. It was called Making the Team, like DCC Making the Team. And basically it was a show about like the Dallas Cowboy Cheerleaders training camp. And it showed like the amount of routines they had to learn. Like they were at practice or like camp like for still super late at night. They have to have their hair a certain way, their makeup a certain way. They have to be a certain weight. Some of the girls were like put on like dietary restrictions or like kind of meal plans and stuff. Or like there was like this like food store or something, some kind of like diet place in Texas, in Dallas, where the girls would be referred and they'd be like, you need to eat these because you're literally, or you need to follow this like eating plan because you're fat. No, I was like, are we looking at the same girl? None of the girls were fat. Well, I'm just kidding. They were calling them fat, and they weren't. And I was just like, oh my god. And then they have to fit into these tiny little like uniforms that are like, they're custom made, but they're custom made to fit like only a certain body type. It's like you have to be built or build your body for it, kind of thing. It's like you don't alter Vera Wang, you alter yourself to fit Vera. You don't alter, well, I guess you do alter. They do. They alter it perfectly to fit your body. The DCC uniform. So yeah, I used to watch it. I don't watch. Oh yeah, I used to watch Making the Team, and it would. I would be like, you know what? Actually, I don't feel like eating Doritos today. I'm gonna go eat an apple. Like, I don't know. It just like helped me with like, I was like, wow, like look at their bodies, like look at like how hard they're working, look at how, you know, I don't know, it worked for me. But yeah, so there's a new show on Netflix, and it just seems to be like a polished version of Making the Team. It's called America's Sweethearts. I don't watch it, because yeah, it doesn't like, Making the Team just seemed really authentic. And they were just saying whatever the heck came to their mind. And now it's like they're trying to be compassionate, and they're trying to seem like, I don't know, under a certain light, when it's like, we know who you voted for. You know, it's like you don't need to play with us, or I guess like play up this like, you know, I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, on Netflix's America's Sweethearts, Netflix seemingly, I think against their better judgment, they are showing the boyfriends of the DCC, and they're all ugly, with a few exceptions, of course. But from what I've seen on TikTok, they look like creatures. I'm not sure why they're being shown. I don't really understand. But yeah. On a positive note, though, the DCC, they're being paid more, which is amazing. They definitely deserve it. I think it's like a 400% like pay increase. Yeah. And when I watched Making the Team, I remember a lot of them had like full-time jobs as like real estate agents or like in the medical field. So they work their full-time job and then they get off work and they go like straight to practice. And I don't know, maybe now they'll be able to do like DCC full-time. Because I guess, yeah, they were doing it part-time because it paid peanuts. I think it paid less than like being a teacher. But honestly, teachers should be paid way more. Like dang near maybe a little less than like a doctor because they're shaping, youth and they deal with so much on the day to day. But that's a topic that like nothing is being done. Like pay the teachers more. But yeah, so they were doing DCC part time, and it's like, well, I feel like I know I was just saying they work so hard, this, and this, but it's like they are just a piece of the pie, right? They're like entertainment, but part of like a larger, like without the DCC, I guess without the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders, there's no DCC, right? Because you can have the football team without the cheerleaders. Can you have the cheerleaders without the football team? In this case, yes, I think so, because they're America's like team. They have their own like appearances and they have their own like stuff going on. I think, does it make a case for like other cheerleading teams? Like, should they also be paid more? It just makes me like think about that. I don't know. But DCC, they're just like, they're supposed to be like the cream of the crop kind of thing. Like, that's the, like, if you want to go into professional like cheerleading, that's where you'd want to be, I guess. So that would make sense as to why like they should and they are being paid more because they do that voice crack was crazy. They do like their own appearances and stuff like that. Food for thought, I guess. Okay, so guys, this week the ultimatum comes on. The ultimatum like queer. I'm so excited because I don't have a show to watch right now. So yeah, I'm excited. I think it comes on Wednesday on Netflix. Super good. Let's talk a little bit about Bachelor in Paradise. So the golden cast for Bachelor in Paradise was released, and I don't care. I actually don't care. I don't think that the Goldens are needed. Like, what are they there for? I think it'll be interesting to see them on the show and kind of see how they're integrated. But also, I'm just like, I'm sure I won't like it. I don't think I'm gonna like it because why are they there? I think there's a lot riding on this season of Paradise and like the franchise. They know it. I feel like if the success of Paradise will like kind of depend on the future of like the Bachelor franchise, because I'm pretty sure to this day, the Bachelor has not been picked back up for another season on ABC. I mean, their last Bachelor just broke up with who they picked. Like Grant and Juliana broke up recently. The show just isn't successful. I think for sure the Bachelorette is way more successful than the Bachelor, and I love the Bachelorette. It's so good. But yeah, Golden, I did not watch Golden Bachelor. I watched some of Golden Bachelor, just because it was the first one. And then I pretty early on realized that I didn't like it. So I just like, okay, so we have Hannah Brown on Paradise. We have the Goldens on Paradise. We have like this whole new showrunner for Paradise. It just seems like they are like pulling out all these stops because so much is like there's pressure for the show to do well. I just think we don't need like all these like like additions to the show. Like just have the show come on. Like I think last summer or the summer, like it just hasn't been on for a while, right? So just bring the show back on, run it better. I don't think there's any harm at this point running it similar to like Love Island or like Are You the One or Perfect Match, because all these shows are the same anyways. I guess that's is that the cool thing? There has to be something that makes them different, right? Though, because Bachelor in Paradise, there's no challenges. Are there challenges? I don't know, because sometimes there'll be challenges, but it's like it's on the dates or like the double dates, you know. I just like I don't think we need all this stuff, all these like things, I guess, to get people excited. I'm excited that Paradise is even coming back on. You got me hooked. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna watch it. I like the fact that like I've seen the contestants from other shows, like and not. It's kind of like it's not like influencers, like, you know, like it's like people that random people who were like on TV. I guess they're influencers now. Whatever. I don't know. Oh, and then so I think I went through the cast, like the initial cast of Bachelor in Paradise, and I didn't even think twice about how there was no mention of the Goldens because I don't care. And I also forgot that they were even going to be on this season. So, yeah. I'm wondering if I want to talk more about Grant and Juliana's breakup. I don't really think so. Who really cares? I do just want to note that I found out about their breakup through Google. I just thought that was funny. Like I opened up Google and it was like the top little like story for me. Like Google, I don't know. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to talk about the breakup because who really cares? But yeah, that's all I have for you today as far as my pop culture yap. Have a great day. Thanks for listening and bye.